Hi, good evening. Uh, I hope you had a great, wonderful day. Hi, JH. Hi, Nitesh. Hi, Sean. Hi, Shri. Hi, Trader Dude. Good evening very much.
Hi, good evening.
So I'm waiting for more people to join, and in between, let me just update the sharing of my screen. Yeah. So let's talk about the lists today. So ES initially dropped to about 444, but then bounced and closed in this area 4474. Same thing for SPY. QQQ closed at 372, so almost in line. Apple closed above 145. It's coming in that range. AMD, it just went like a missile, almost 117 did. Amazon initially dipped 3384, then bounced, closed at 3440. CrowdStrike had a good run. FTX, I did not even look at it. Moderna initially went down, but then went up. Microsoft made all-time highs, broke above 305.75, 64, went on to make 307. It's good. Netflix initially went down to 622, and then came up, hit the stop loss, and closed above 635. Nike, I didn't check. Nvidia was a good trade again, closed about 222. Roku, bang on 345. Shopify above 1430 made 1460, so it's towards 1493. Snap initially went up, hit the stop loss, but I'm still like on the closing basis, it's still closed above 75. So I'm looking forward for Snap. Snow, it's setting up beautifully. It tested 340 area this morning, but could not capitalize on it. Splunk and Spot, I didn't even check. Tesla tested 870. So more or less, these things worked as on the expected line. I picked up Amazon from here, Roku from here. I had Snow from here. Hi Namit, hi Srini, hi Hamid, hi Gagan, hi Sai. So let me just start with my daily scan for inside days. Baba has inside day, Modrina, Cat, Dash. I want to include Caterpillar. I want to include Caterpillar. I want to include BA. Dash, no. I think it's pretty much it from this scan. I don't want to include anything else. Baba, yes. I think it's time for Baba or Baidu. Baba, Baidu. In fact, Futu as well. Futu came today to almost our planned area of 58. That was the low. And then from there, it bounced and even made 68. That's like $8 move on Futu. About like 15% move from the day low to day high. So I am pretty much looking forward into Futu. I want to get rid of a couple of items here. So I'll be including Neo. I'll be getting rid of Nike for now. I want to include Neo because Neo closed above the level which I was looking for. I want to include Baba. In fact, Baidu. Baidu is much more. I'm getting rid of Crowd and getting BA back. I want to Splunk. I want to remove. Bring Cat. Spot. I'm not checking. I didn't even look into Spot. It's not even in my watch list, so I'm just ignoring it. We can include Beyond. Beyond is setting up beautifully again. So these are the tickers which I want to cover. You have any ticker, Sophie? Weave. Facebook. Yes, Facebook is interesting. Facebook, Melly. We can do XLF. XLF we did yesterday. It's Sophie. Sophie is looking really, really good. Costco. Any other ticker you want to discuss? Sean, you're asking about, do you think an AMD can continue up? We will evaluate that, Sean. I will check that. Piyush, I include BA, LRCX. AMD is already there in the list. Facebook is there. You need to look into the screen, guys. AMD is there, XLF is there, Facebook is there, MDB, MongoDB. Okay, LRCX. LRCX is still okay. Walmart, yes, Walmart is good. I think we have more than enough. A firm like it was a breakout, so there was no trade anymore in this. 159 was the target. UPST firm, I don't trade that much. All right, I think we have a huge list, so we need to cut down and figure out tickers which we can pick, because if we have a massive list, then we lose our focus. So we need to cut down. I can evaluate all of them, like which I'm planning to keep my watch list, and then we can discuss all these separately. And then when I'm doing this, I can send you all the Zoom link and we can do an interaction. If you have any charts with you, please bring in your charts. You can send that chart to me on Twitter. I can pick that up, and from there we can have our discussion. And if you think that I am taking some wrong pointers in a chart, do let me know, because we all are learning and we are all collaborating. So I may be making a mistake or you may be mistaken. We can both work it out and improve ourselves. All right. So let's get started. It's still 1 minute. So let me just check on futures. So futures, like it behaved as we expected. It came to that level and then bounced from it. Now it's coming in an area which is very high resistance area. And my only concern at this moment is that there is a substantial gap between the candles and the EMA. And we are coming in a zone which is 4474, 4483, where we can see some reasonable pushback. So I will not be inclined to make any new trades in this zone. If it breaks above 4483, then it has some strength to test 4504. Otherwise, it's going to consolidate here. Consolidate in this zone. So I'll not be making any new trades until it breaks out above this or comes down to 444. So I am just waiting for an opportunity. And for last couple of days, we had really good trades, really awesome opportunities across the board. So now we need to be patient, wait for a good setup, and whatever we have made, we should not be losing it. That should be the focus area. Okay, and let's check it on half an hour today, because half an hour will give us much more picture clarity. You see, this was in the morning, 9:30. As soon as it came, this was an inside day at 9 o'clock. At 9:30 candle, this was a breakout above the inside day. And this was a confirmation. So around this range, 4460, which was our buying range, I added 4460. This was the range, right? I added And I added Roku at that time and I let it run throughout the day. So even here, there was a substantial gap between the candles and the 12 EMA, but eventually it came and it tested this right here in the after hours. It's trying to bounce from here again, showing some positive levels, but it needs to break out this 4483. 4483 can be really uh, act like a good big wall. So in my point, I would like to go long only above 4483. Now, I will not be by above 4485. And I want a closing, at least a candle, which is 30 minutes time frame candle, to have a closing greater than 4485. If it does that, only then I'm going long. Stop loss will be very clear. 4474. Target will be 4504. And next will be 4546. And I'm cutting down on the conviction to 60%. And instead of SPY, I'm just going to talk about the neutral aspect of ES. I'm not still thinking short, but if 4485 act as a resistance, then sell is also there. Sell below 4474, stop loss is 4485, target is 444444. This possibility has come into picture because we have a wall in front of us. If we break that wall, which is this one, 4485, 4483, I'm just rounding it off. If we break it, then it's good. Otherwise, we may be ending up by making a evening star. If it fails, it's an evening star and we'll come back to 4407 area. So just to be honest, I am not taking any leverage here. I'm just waiting for good opportunities. I'm still not short in the market, but I think it's time to book some profits here. If you were long from here, where we made the inverted head and shoulders right from this point, 4316, that's about 4% move. 4% move, straight line in an index, I think it's time to have some profit because it has seen some resistance. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the seventh time. It came here and failed. And this time, the good part is it's leading with the green 12 EMA. But the bad part is there's a big difference between the candle and the EMAs. So this will come because their love will never end. They will come and test each other. All right. So I'm just taking a cautious view at this moment. If we have a good closure above 4485, I think we can test all-time highs. But 4485 is really important. Okay, so that's my take. So I'm just taking both the sides, positive and neutral. Still not short, but this is my stance. QQQ, as we were expecting it to break out, it did. It's a bullish outside day, and there's no gap. It's going to test 374.50. So there's still some strength. So all the way from 361, which was our planned area, it's there like 4% move in QQQ as well. So it's looking good. Still there is more strength, and like ES is about 1% away from the all-time high. This is about 3 to 4%, 3% away from the all-time high. So there is still some potential for this to run. So I'm still bullish on the triple Q, and we have Apple, Amazon, even Facebook gathered some today. So they are contributing to triple Q. So QQQ, I'm still positive. Target is 374. And in this case, let me see what are my buying conditions. So this should act as a stop loss now. Because here we have open. So I'll mark 370 as my stop loss. And we'll try to see 374. Above 374, we can have 380 as our target. So I've just updated the targets. 370, 380, 37. Again, I'm just cutting down on the conviction because they have already done a decent rally. And where should we buy this if we do not have any opportunity? I would like to buy this above 374. It should hold above 374. If it does, then yes, it makes much more meaningful. And again, like I'm going to reiterate this, I tend to wait for these levels to come. I do not try to act smart and trade preemptively because when I do that, I am mostly on the losing side. So I do wait for it. I wait for the setup. I wait for 10 o'clock to see 9:40, 10 o'clock to see how market has panned out at that time. If I jump on early, I have more potential to lose. If I wait it out, wait for my trade, then I ride on it, I have much more chances to make good money on this. All right, Apple. Apple is coming in the area to buy. It's 146.20. It's there. Had a good outside bullish candle, good event, and managed to close above 146. So 146.20 should be now the stop loss. Looking for 147, 149. So you can buy this and stop loss will be pretty confined. So it gave you this option around the close. So if you are already in the Apple, then you should be keeping 146.20 as your stop loss now. I do not have any position in Apple, but I'll be looking forward to make any positions tomorrow. And I would like to buy Apple in this area. Yeah. This is the area which has acted as a support. So above today's high, 147.75. I want to enter into Apple. AMD. AMD, as we were just waiting that it had a very good weekly close above 111, and finally it had broken out of the trend line and almost there to test this selling area. So now I am still looking forward in AMD, but I would like to enter around somewhere 114, 115 area. Just keep a stop loss of 113.67, 113.65. It's a bullish candle. I don't want to name the candle right now because it's super positive. They are all outside or bullish engulfing candles. Let me just put that name so that even Apple, like all of them had the bull engulf. Triple Q had the same. Amazon. Let me just update the stop losses here. 113.65. Buy in the range. I'm still expecting that if market eases out a little bit, this could be a very amazing entry. Buy in this range, you look for 117 and 122. Again, Apple, I'm still 70% here. I'm just cutting down to 60 because it's coming at resistance. So I'm just want to wait here. Amazon. Amazon, see the importance of 3384. It came down, tested it, 3385, made the low, closed on the day high, 334647 area. So 34683 and 3495 is still open. Stop loss should now be 3430. The only thing which has changed in Amazon is 3430 as stop loss. And after testing that 3385, it came in this region, made high. I'm just cutting down the conviction to 70% in this. It's candle wise, It's not bullish. It's just positive. Buy above today's high, 34.50. So it's still positive. Targets are still open for Amazon. BA BA had an inside day last time, and today it had a hammer. And it's coming to an area where it has bounced multiple times. This is a support area. It managed to close above this. It went down, but managed to close above this area right there. So it's a beautiful hammer. I would say it breaks out about to 1891. It has potential to run to 225. Stop loss, so it's a hammer. Again, it's positive in hammer. And I will address all your questions once I'm done with my analysis, because I'm going to put Zoom link in the YouTube chat so that we can communicate, interact with each other. All right. So don't worry about any tickers you have missed, because we'll pick it up one by one. It's a hammer. So buy above 218.91. And just to be fair, or as a disclosure, I have positions in BA 11, 19, 240 calls, and they are bleeding. They're bleeding pretty badly. Stop loss, I will keep it very confined to 216 in case of BA. It has habit of giving it back, but in last few days, I've seen some built up in BA. Let me just also open black box. And let me just check anything positive on BA, because I didn't even check today any good option flow. Again, I do not only trade on option flows. I use it sometimes for the confirmation. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check on BA if we have any substantial calls. So the calls are 220, 185. I don't want 185. I want good calls here. 220 calls. They were sold initially 215. Nothing in terms of good. Let me just check on dark pools on this, if we have any dark pools. It's nothing much in terms of BA. So I would not give it like 75%. I will just mark it to 60% in BA. Baidu is one of my favorite stocks. And Baidu is trying to make a W. And I think it's gonna break out as soon as it goes over 173. So look for a movement or look for a trade above 173 in Baidu. It's still about $2 from here, but I'll be interested to enter into Baidu above 173. 173 has been a roadblock for Baidu for quite a long. So if it breaks out from here, I think the trend has already changed in Baidu. It has been consolidating in this channel area. If I draw a small channel here, let me just do that. So this is the area. Where it has that channel. So it's coming here, breaking out, and from 136 almost here. So this is a channel which it has broken by making a W. So I'm expecting a good breakout from here and above 173, because this is the gap which is there. So above 173, we can hit 176.60. And if we do that, I think things will shape out pretty nicely for Baidu from that point onwards. All right, so I'm looking forward for Baidu. And Right now, I'm just looking for 176. I'll just keep my targets confined, but 176 and above, it can really go. Stop loss, I'm just keeping it at 170. Moderna, I'm not trading Moderna, but many people do trade Moderna. It's coming again. It today had an inside day, and inside day, the buyers came in at the bottom of 321 and then tried to take it upwards and close above the stop loss of 330, 381, and in fact close above it. So this is trying to negate any of the negatives which have been priced in. So any move above 345, it can move to 360. Above 360, it can come down and fill the gap here to 376. So for a change, I'm just giving this a neutral view. I'll recommend buy above 345. Stop loss is 334. Target is this 34 EMA, 361, 361, and next one is 376. Because it's not ready to go, like it's not going down. That's the only reason I'm just switching my direction from sell to buy on Moderna. But I'm still keeping it neutral. Once it breaks out 361, I will change my stance. Microsoft was looking amazing today. It came down, tested the support, break out of the long-term resistance line, and then tested 308. Bang on. Closed here. So it is open for 310 move. So even now, I think 305 will be the stop loss. If you get an opportunity, buy it in any area of 305 to 307, 308. It can test 310. Above 310, it has target of 319. So Microsoft is still positive. Only thing is stop loss will move to 305.65 and buy I would say in the range 306 to 308, 307 to 308 area. Target 310, 319. It has made all-time highs, so it has much more strength to go up. So I'm still counting on it, Microsoft. Then we have Netflix. Netflix today initially had the breakdown what we were anticipating. It came down, tested below, made the low, but it managed to close above 634, which is really, really important. So this is, I think, the second time it has shown some strength after a good consolidation. So if it breaks out from here, it has a target of 678. So either it's going to go up right there or it's going to confine. So right now the setup suggests that yes, it is showing some strength and we should respect it. Stop loss should be updated to 634.60 and first target will be 647 and then 677 on Netflix. I'm just marking it as neutral because it was negative. So buy above 630, I'll say 640, keep stop loss 635, target is 647 and 677. And I'm giving it 70% because it has closed above this important resistance level. Neo, I've been recommending that yes, it needs to break above 38.52, and today it almost did that. Tested this supply zone area right here, and it's in an area where if it breaks above this, I think I'll be looking for 43. So I am getting interested in Neo now. Like many people were asking me, should we enter here? Should we not enter here? I was waiting for 38 It came today. It gave the good opportunity. And now I'm pretty much interested to ride on NEO. So I'll be jumping on NEO above 39.85. So I'll be jumping above 39.85, keeping a stop loss of 38.52 and target of 43. See, I tend to wait for these breakouts because breakouts have strength. And when breakout has a strength, it can easily test targets. Otherwise, it may consolidate one day, maybe 2 more days. And by that time, we are losing premiums. So it's better if there is a breakout, ride on that breakout or breakdown. That's why I recommend doing that. Nvidia, similar to AMD, Nvidia is also consolidating and breaking out. It's again has the outside bullish day, came to its target almost 223, and it's in the resistance area. So now I'll be just watching this. It has this good consolidation area. So just to be honest, I will not be jumping into Nvidia at this moment because this is a good resistance. There is one resistance here, second resistance, dark red line, and then the blue line, and then we have the blocks for selling as well. So I'll be either waiting for it to come down to 219 area so I could enter again, or I'm just going to ignore Nvidia. Let me just check if there's any option flow for Nvidia. 220 calls have been on this. They're sold. And 220 calls, not much in dollar amount, but 230 calls are also sold. So just to be honest, I don't want to take, I have multiple options to trade. This will not be a good trade. So I'm just going to ignore this from my list. Instead, I'll pick at something else which seems suitable. Roku exactly came and closed at 345, bang on, and bullish outside day. Now 363, 363, 365 is the area where it has failed so many times. All right, so it's coming to the bottom if we consider a partial inverted head and shoulders. So this is the neckline. So I'm expecting a move to 365, 62, and once we break 362, 390. So I'm looking forward for Roku, and I am now bullish on this. By about 345, I think, which it is right now. Stop loss in this case will move to 331. So stop loss is far. And target is 361 and 390. So there's good risk reward here. I will simply say buy in this range. If you get Roku, buy in 340 to 45, 46. We must use this opportunity to enter into Roku, because when a stock is showing strength, we should appreciate the strength and take it. So let me add Facebook here. So Facebook, as we were discussing yesterday, Facebook had to cross 331, which it did today, 332. And from there on, it went on to make good strength. So it was not in my list, but we did discuss. So I did made a note for me that yes, Netflix is looking, or not Netflix, Facebook is looking to break out above this level. So once it did, it showed strength. Now the next target is 338 area, 338 to 342. So I'll be looking forward for that. So it's positive now, and buy in range, I would say 335, 36. Stop loss is 332. Target is 339, 342.90. and it has a good conviction rate, 70%. So Neo is good. Netflix is done. Shopify today showed some great strength. And again, it came to our area 1430, gave you an opportunity to enter. If you did, then you are in good money. Came to 1463. The 1493 target is still open. So I'll be only leaving the stop loss to 1445 now. I'm just moving the stop loss here in to 1445 and buy out today's high, which is 1465. 1493, and it is showing some strength. Snap had a very interesting day again. It opened above 78, came all the way down, but again bounced from this area, closed above this area. It's a bearish engulfing for now, but I'm not sure because I was not tracking the market in the morning, so I don't know whether there's a news on this or not, but we can definitely talk about this when we do the Zoom interaction. But it had some good strength in the option market. I did find some on Snap. There were some new positions which were actually being added here. There were 76 1119 calls which were added in Snap. Then there were calls like this 77, which is like 2.7 million. Somebody knew to buy this, and from 74.40 it went on to close above 76. So this shows that somebody was really bullish on Snap, and it was like somebody big cost $2.7 million and about 8,100 call options. This shows that person conviction was really good. So I'll be not shorting this. It has earning this week, and as we were talking last time, it's coming in this range and consolidating. Go up, come back, test. So this was a test of resistance. The test of support also happened today. So it's in a range where it can break out or break down. But my take on this, that it's about to explode on the higher side. So I'm still keeping everything as is. I'm still positive. But I will say buy now. Buy in 75, 76 area. Stop loss will be 73.60. And I'm looking for 78.50 and 86. I'm still keeping my positive intact on Snap. Snow. Snow closed right on this thing. Almost had a bearish, bullish engulfing. So I think it had a very excellent close today. And it's about to break out. You may see a $20 move in Snow tomorrow. Quite possible. It's closing right above the channel and the long-term resistance line. So it's about to explode. So I'm not sure what will be the near-term resistance, but I see 386. There's nothing in between because it's closing right above this trend line. And this is happening like third or fourth time after its long big move up to 400. So I'm very bullish on Snow. And I also have positions, as I mentioned in the Twitter, in Snow, 345 next week, this week. So I'm just holding that. Hopefully it should move out on the upper side. The only thing which will change is the stop loss. Stop loss will be 332 now. If we keep this equation, I think that still suffice. And it had a close positive. So I am going to keep this. Caterpillar had an inside day today. And Caterpillar has been consolidating in this area. So a break above 199 can take it to 205. Stop loss is pretty small, 198.60. So I will simply say inside day buy above 199. Stop loss 198.60. People tend to ignore Caterpillar, but this company, I have full faith and it runs. I'm just giving it 60% because I'm coming back on Caterpillar after a very long time. So I'm just choosing it to 60%. Beyond, as we were talking even yesterday, Beyond is in that range. It has a bullish outside day. Almost came to this area, but could not capitalize, failed again. But when you knock on a wall again and again, that wall is going to break. So we are coming in an area, it's still respecting the 12 EMA. So we are coming in an area where we are going to break out. So if you want to take 1 month out, 2 month out, 3 month out beyond options, I think we should be looking forward to that. A break above 109.50, it can run massively. So I am bullish on Beyond by about 109.50 for 116. That was the gap which needs to be filled. 119, in fact, 119.35. 119.35. I'm pretty bullish on Beyond. Outside the stop loss will be 105.40. 540. It's a good risk reward ratio here. Tesla came and tested the long-term resistance line 870. Tested right there. So from here, if it breaks out, we have a target of 929. But if it fails from here, we can come down to 810. So now the risk reward is not too much here. So we need to wait for this to break out. This has been a good sell-off area in the past, and the volume profile I was checking for this, it has very low volume here. So a move can actually come with some strength. I did not add that. Volume profile, double click, yeah. You see, the volume profile here is pretty weak. Like here, we had good strength, 600 to 700, and then it started to move up. So it can have a pretty good move if it breaks above this long-term trend line towards 972. So I'll be looking to enter in this, and we are making gaps. So I'll be just, if you are looking for a trade on Tesla earnings, then you should be careful that there are gaps, and Tesla has habit to give back on the earnings. So, and it has run substantially now. So everything is already priced in, but you don't know. So I'll be marking this as neutral. Above 875, it can test 929. I'm just marking this as neutral because it's at the long-term resistance. Buy above 875. Target is 929. And I could be totally wrong that it breaks out and moves up, but I'm just being cautious on Tesla. And that's why I didn't even pick it today. It did move $27, but the options were really crazy. And stop loss will be 850 round figure. That's the base and the gap which is managed. So 850. So everyone, this is my list of tickers which I am planning to observe for tomorrow. Now I'm going to share the Zoom link in the chat. You can now interact on Zoom. So let me just do that. And once you are there, you can join the meeting and we can talk with each other. All right. So I'll be waiting for you all in the Zoom. So you all can join. Hi and good evening. All right. So
Naval.
in the Zoom. Hi Nehal. Hi Shobit. So you all can join. See, the volume today in ES is just 12,400.
Viewing
Guys, if you're not speaking, mute yourself, please. All people are.
Naval, you were just looking at this volume profile. Just want to understand something from a learning perspective. So when we this Tesla at this high zone, like it's touching this resistance line and the volume is low. So is it a bad sign or a good sign?
It's a sign that yes, there is no consolidation. So it can break out or break down from here, both sides.
So it's
Usually,
a high
like
volatility zone. It's a high volatility zone, given that
high volatility zone, yes. So it's like if you have good consolidation, like we had in 600 area.
This high zone, like it's touching this resistance line and the volume is low. So is it a bad sign or a good sign?
It's a sign that yes. Yeah, please. If you can mute yourself and speak one by one. Yes. We can you can speak one by one and we can address, otherwise we'll speak over each other and will not be able to hear anything. And guys, anybody who's on the YouTube still, you can join on Zoom because we are going to do interaction and we'll pick up all the tickers and evaluate them one by one. All right. Yes. So someone else was talking about something. You can unmute and speak. Anybody?
Paji, on your sheet for Apple?
Huh?
On your sheet?
On Apple is there?
Yeah, the numbers is not correct. If target, yeah.
No, it's correct. This was 146.75.
I see. Okay.
Thank you for that. And people who are new to Zoom, please ensure you create a Zoom ID. I'm just doing this because it becomes too difficult for me to manage people who create nuisance then. It's much for the security point of view. So, all right, let's pick up the tickers one by one. Who asked Melly? Is that person on the call? No. So let's make Melly. Melly made a M pattern, roughly an M pattern. It's making a base. It's looking to move towards 1669 and fill the gap, which is right there, and test 34 EMA. So yes, it's looking good if you enter in and keep a stop loss of 1580. So that's Melly. I don't know who asked about Melly, but how many people we have? 39. And there we had more people. So do any one of you take trade on Melly? Because I do not trade Melly.
Naval, this Namit. I've got Melly calls.
You should be looking for 1670.
Yeah, I remember that, I was looking at the gap fill. Yeah. That is why I took the call, because when it changed directions, I saw that it had reached the same bottom as last time around in July, and it showed a couple of good days, and then it jumped.
Right here. It had the morning star.
Morning star. I saw that morning star. I forgot the word. Yeah, I saw the morning star, and that's why I took the call.
Yep.
I sold some today. I still have 2 calls open. I sold some today.
Good. Then we have XLF. And guys, if you are looking into a chart and you already have a chart with you, you can share that with me.
I'm just recreating what you have. I just recreated. I use exactly the same EMAs, and that's how I saw that. Okay, this is where it was the daily chart with the same EMAs. So,
all right. So here we have XLF. XLF is still holding the gap, which is a good show of strength. It's making higher highs and higher lows. Made an all-time high today, 13,975, and closed right above it. It's showing some positive strength. I would continue this to 40. If it breaks 40, then we have 42. So look forward to breakout of 40 on XLF. Then Sophie. Sophie is looking very strong. I closed my Sophie calls on just like flat, no gain, no loss, but this is a massive bullish engulfing. We should not ignore it. This is a lending company, like all the lending companies are Rocket and this, they are really creating good business. So if you're not into Sophie, you should be thinking about Sophie. It can easily break out to 25 and 27. This is a close above 38, which has been a good resistance. This is a good consolidation of 2 months. So if it comes up and comes down, make a cup and handle. Do not miss this. This can be a multi-bagger for all of us. I'm looking to make positions in Sophie probably tomorrow. I wanted to do it today, but I was stretched with my work, so I did not. But I'm looking forward for good positions in Sophie. Then we have Costco. Costco.
How much out you are looking in Sophie?
See, I'll be most likely picking up a year out.
Okay.
Costco also had a bullish engulfing today. It's coming in a supply zone area, but above 4, like it can test. It had the test of the support. It should test the resistance, which is 470. So it can give you a move to 470 for sure on Costco. These companies, like most of the people tend to avoid these companies because they are slow movers, but they move. And they are the most money makers, and we tend to ignore it. The options for these companies are bloody cheap. And once they start to run and they give $6-7 move, those options can be 1,000%, 1,500% very quickly. So 470 should be the area for Costco. And stop loss will be this area, which is about 456. 456 is the area where we had a baseline. So I will not ignore 456. Then we have MDV. And guys, whoever asked about these stickers, please.
Yes. Naval, listen, Amit. Sorry. So you're saying that if it comes back to that level, then get into Costco, or just
you can get into Costco even now.
Okay.
MDB is yes.
Okay. Thanks.
MDB is holding this area very, very meaningfully. It has not even tried to look at this trend line, the purple trend line. It has respected this trend line every time it came and went below intraday, but managed to close above it every time. Once it did that, it wanted to test. This is a good support. It wanted to test the resistance and break resistance. Now it is coming in a zone. This is again a morning star, but it is at the top after consolidation. You can mark this as cup and handle as well. It can break out about 515. 515, it moves out. I have no resistance from here to 687. So you can plan for your trade. 515 break, it will just run, it will fly. Then we have LRCX, Lam Research. This is one of the stocks I avoid because this is like last time we talked about this, that 566 close. It finally came over 566. making a bullish engulfing, bullish outside day as well. So I would say it can test 578 here because it is closing above this line and in green, showing some strength. So I'll be looking forward for a move towards 578. 578, 585 area in LLCX. Just looking at the message. Let me just answer the messages, guys. So Grumpy, I'm using Think or Swim. Srinivas, you should be allowed to come into the meeting. I have not locked the meeting, so you should be there. And yes, we need Zoom credentials just to avoid unnecessary people jumping and making nuisance. Google, I'll check Google. How to analyze with black box, you should reach out to black box team and they will have a training for you. I use it from my own way. So Aman, Netflix, yes, they have earnings tomorrow after the close, and I will not be playing any of the earnings because I've lost enough in earnings. It's better to trade daily and use it.
Hey, Naval.
Yes, who's that?
This is Jay here. I was just asking, are you open for taking new ticker?
Yes, we are talking about that. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I wanted to request AMAT as well.
AMAT, okay.
Yeah, applied material.
AMAT, MU, WDC, and LRCX, they work hand to hand and their charts are totally similar. So AMAT also had a bullish engulfing day, a bullish outside day. It can move up to 137. And you need to keep a stop loss of 132.
All right. Thank you.
Naval, this is Sony. Can we look at Baba?
Baba needs 173 and above this area. It needs to break out above this area. You see, there's a massive consolidation here. And once it breaks out this area, we're going to fill this gap. We're going to fill this gap and we're going to hit 198. So I'm waiting for 171, 172 to break out.
Okay.
It has an inside day today. So there's a possibility that yes, tomorrow may be something coming out from Baba, but I want a move above 171 and a close above 171 for me to carry it on.
Naval, hi, this is Alvin. How are you?
I'm good, Alvin. Long time.
Yeah, Naval, yeah, just was busy with other stuff. Quick thing, can you take a look at Restoration Hardware, RH?
I do not even trade this company, and it had a bullish engulfing today. It's coming in a zone where it has seen some sell-off. See, it's in this area. It may try to reach like 700 area, but this, let me just change some of it. Wait. So it's coming in an area where I would say I would not incline to go long here. I would wait. Because this area, the only target which is coming around is 700, 713. It needs to break out above 713, which is like about $20 here, $22, $3 from here. So if it does that, then yes, it makes sense to trade, but not now. Also, if you're already in a position, then it's good. But if you are trying to think of a new position, this is not the place to enter.
Oh, I've been stuck in it for a while. I got December calls, $900 calls.
See, $900 calls, if it had a very good earnings, you may possibly have, but I don't know about this company at all. So I don't even know whether it's going to move to 900 or not.
Hey, Naval,
Gotcha.
Gagan here.
Hi, Gagan. Good evening.
Hey, good evening. Can you cover Chewy, CSWY?
Chewy, yes. Chewy, we went even long today.
Yeah.
And as I said, it's looking for a target of this 34 EMA 70. So I am interested. I had the position, but I closed it because I wanted to be on cash. But this can easily test 70.
Okay. Okay, thanks. No, I'm actually trying to get into this position tomorrow.
See, it's making higher highs and higher lows.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's moving in the upward direction. So it has bottom out and it's making a morning star. Practically, if you make a morning star here on the weekly basis, I think you will have much better picture. You see, it's making that morning star.
Yeah.
And we should not ignore it.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking to get a long-term call as well on this, like a year out, because this can go to at least 100 or maybe in a year or two.
See, I would not think that much as of now. I want this to cross first. If it does and the EMS changes the direction, then we have a gap to fill at 86. So there's like talking about 100, that's about 50% move on this.
Yeah.
So you may try. There's no harm in it, but
Okay.
I would wait till 73 to
Okay.
go that far away.
No, well, this is Nehal. Just my 2 cents. I would wait till the earnings as well. Chewy, I think every earnings, it is showing the negative strength. Just that is just my observation.
Can you cover Q2?
One second. I'm just looking at the YouTube comments. Anant, I'm not launching any subscription service, and please do not come to me for alerts. I do not do that. I share the analysis. You can make out your trade based on your risk appetite. T. Thomas, are you share? My setups are pretty fine. You just need to have 12 EMA, 34 EMA, and then the Fibonacci. There's nothing else in my charts. Yeah.
Okay, Naval. All of these companies that got oversold, like these growth stocks that we have talked about, like Roblox, Chewy, Zoom, Roku, looks like
Roku is not a growth stock.
Well,
Roku is actually a company. It's not a growth stock. Zoom was a growth stock. Now it has reached a saturation. Chewy is a growth stock. So we need to be very clear in growth stocks. Roadblocks is a very overvalued company. So I'll not be even thinking and calling it a growth stock.
yeah,
So you need to understand the fundamentals behind
all of
them.
these got my point basically was that all of these companies that we track that had gone like 200-300% during COVID got sold off in the last
and they will
month
still
and a half.
get sold off.
Yeah.
Every rise will be sold off.
So they are rallying right now, but yeah, as you said,
They're not
get sold off
rallying.
again.
They are not rallying. They're just bouncing from the bottom. That's it. And don't expect them to go high. No, they will go down more.
Which one are you looking at? The Chewy or?
Chewy is again, Chewy is a company where like people put in so much money because they thought the people who are living at home, they're going to move out and they will have their pets and move those stuff. But now with everything opening up, this may not move as much. That's why even like Gagan asked me this. I said, let's wait for 70. We may not have that kind of move again. Even if they are going to beat on earnings, their forward PEs are incredibly high. I understand people can still live with high PEs, but not in thousands. So I would not jump on these companies. I can do the swing trades maybe for a week or two, but not long-term investments or long-term trades. And I'm not looking for them unless they have a change story in their earnings. They need to prove that they have a good revenue model and they're making good profit margins because it has given them enough time now.
Yeah, they have a different problem.
Yeah, Namit.
No, I was going to say Beyond is also one of the ones that got oversold, right? Beyond is also a growth company as such, but it has a reopening.
Beyond is there for last 5 years now. So it has seen the sold off from 300 to 100. It is consolidating, but did it ever move up? Maybe once when the Pepsi news came out. But now it's actually spreading across the globe. It's hitting different continents. It's growing there. Chewy is still not there. Roadblocks is $40 billion company. And what it does is it has a video game, right? That's it.
And once you start going back to work or going back to school, you'll play less of that game. for the time being, at least.
Yes, yes. So we might have some bounce, but do not expect a bounce or all those levels which we had in the COVID. Look at Zoom. Zoom was 585 and people were calling it next ABC company. Now where it is, 270.
Naval, this is Sony. My 2 cents is actually all these game companies, they actually boom on the holiday season. People buy gift cards and the game consoles, and they get more sales actually at that time. And many of these new versions of the game comes out actually during this new seasons of sports. So that will have a financial effect as well.
That's possible, but now, like I would say, people are getting sick and tired of the gaming. They want to move out. They're just waiting for travel to open. And as soon as travel to open will be there internationally, you will see a substantial cut down on the games. Even if they are new games, that's fine. That's why you see Netflix and Disney. Disney has humongous growth in the subscribers, but it's not showing that growth now. So we should be carefully looking at these companies because it's the investment. Day trading, swing trading is totally different. But investment, it should be done with purely due diligence, understanding the future growth, understanding the future potential. If you believe in this company, then trade according to that. I do not invest in US market in long term, so I have hardly any opinion on that, but I share what I think.
Hey, Naval. This is Srinivas.
Yes, Srinivas.
What do you call on BA and DAS calls? Actually, I hold some actually which are 30 to 40% down now.
See, BA we just discussed.
Oh,
that BA has making a hammer.
Okay.
Disney, this is the BA. It made a hammer. In above 219, it can test 225, so it's there. Disney. One second. I'll answer the YouTube guy and then I'll jump on Disney. So, Mr. Hill, I have disabled the chat. You can come onto the mic and speak. It's easier for me to manage it. Thank you. So Disney is here. Disney could not break out of this 180 area. Even after the good news, it's not breaking out. Now it can come to 167 and there's a full gap here. There's gap here. This is the gap where they introduced the Disney Plus and everything. It bumped from there. Now this is the gap where they had the massive earnings. So if it breaks 167, it can go down further. Totally dependent on Netflix. If Netflix shows increase in subscribers, Disney will go down. Disney will go down from there.
Okay. So better to get out of the Disney after
it's your take. You want to go out or you want to just make some spreads or something. You can do that. But I don't know your position. Send me a screenshot of your position and let me see what I can recommend.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
And even if you are new, again, I do not do these challenges, this kind of bloody bullshit. So stop asking those things.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi. This is Chris. I just got my mic working, so I just wanted to make sure it's working. Thanks, guys.
Hey,
I don't have a question. I don't have a question right at this moment, but thank you.
No worries. No worries.
Now, can you explain Q2? Yeah.
Who's that?
This is Ramesh, Q2.
Futu, see, yesterday we set up the target at Futu 58. It came to 58, right? Came to 58, and I told everybody yesterday it's a good time to enter. From 58, it made 66. It's a good time to enter still. It's going to make a morning star and hit 79. You got that, Futu?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay, let me move on to other quick tickers before we run out of time because I'm getting hungry. Walmart has a bullish outside day And tomorrow we have, I think, some numbers coming out for retail. So if it breaks out above 140, 160, we might see some strength to 143. But again, Walmart is a very slow mover. If you have patience, only then jump onto Walmart. Otherwise, just ignore Walmart.
I think Walmart today announced Walmart Plus customers are early, the Black Friday deals.
Target has it. Macy's has it. JCPenney has it. So it's nothing new. But let's see how the market responds, because Walmart have a habit to offer all these kind of things, and it moves for a day, but then it gives it back.
Yeah.
So I would like to see. I would be positive above 143.80. That is the area where it is struggling in the past. And
Naval, one question.
One second.
Oh.
Let me switch my chart. It's not even moving here.
I basically wanted to ask this only. How to move that regression channel?
How to move the regression channel? You just need to click on activate drawing, pick up the node, bring it here.
Okay.
Hey, Navalji, this is a question. Can I ask?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so in your chart, actually, you have a trend line at 143.80. How do you come? I mean, I don't know if this is the right time to ask that, but I know the EMAs, but for say the 143.80, I mean, how do you come up with those?
These are Fibonacci levels.
Okay.
And they are there from this extension, which happened in the March. So I use that Fibonacci levels and just keep them there on the chart. And all the algorithms follow Fibonacci. It's just that if you put the Fibonacci at the right place, you will match with the algorithms and your levels will start to respect automatically. And how can you do that? You just need to try putting here, here, and here, and then see, are the candles respecting your levels? If yes, then you are on the right track. And you can need to spend some time on this Fibonacci, try it out, and I'm sure it works, because it works for me for many years. And if you're following my analysis, I use these Fibonacci levels. I do not use any fancy indicators. Like the price action and the Fibonacci works for me. That's more than enough.
No, I've been following you for some time, and it was very interesting how you said about the NEO thing yesterday and Futu, where it's going to come. And today, it looks like those levels were respected, or the numbers you were saying. So I was kind of curious, but I will look into this more. Thank you. Thank you for going over this.
Yes, and I usually tend to do some educational sessions whenever I have time. So I'll do some sessions maybe early next month and see if more people can join.
Oh, that'd be awesome, actually. I was going to ask you, are there any YouTubes for this basic stuff?
Yes, I have created this is the same YouTube session which I'm doing with you guys. I'm just recording this on YouTube, and there are some learning sessions there. You can check, and I think it will definitely give you a clear understanding, because my goal is to keep things pretty simple. And just to be honest, when I was learning this, nobody was there to help me out. So I tried, and now I come to a point where I find that if things are kept simple, it's much, much easier for other persons to understand. And as I'm a full-time employee, I cannot track the market real time. So I share this information so you all can figure out a good setup and share that idea. That's it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you.
So Naval, you primarily used only the moving average and Fibonacci? That combination works.
Yes, that's it.
Works for you. Okay.
That's it. But to put the Fibonacci in the right place, you will take months.
Right. And do you use any of the indicators like
Do you
RSI?
Do you see anything? No.
No. You don't use it. Ever use them? Okay.
I've used them. I have done all the fancy stuff. I have. See, let me show you.
Hey, That's what I was kind of really impressed, because generally you see the SMAs, the MACD, the RSI.
Yeah.
This is all the fancy stuff like people use RSI, DMI, TDM squeeze, stochastic. Then if you break it down to 30 minutes, they have indicators like open range breakout, directional indicators, this flag, that flag. That was too complex for me. So I just get rid of it. Keep it simple.
Hey, Naval, have you traded Okta? This is Srini here.
Okta, I used to trade. It is looking good.
Yeah.
I was looking here. It's trying to converge, possibly move to 265 to 267.
Okay, it's been in a wedge for a long time.
See, all these stocks are consolidating. And in this W, if it breaks out, it has potential to go up.
265 would be a target.
Yes, and there's no earnings nearby, so it can potentially move. No big issues there.
Yeah.
All right, let me just complete this list. A firm had a target of 159 in C159. Bang on, 159, 159. Now, above 159, I have target of, it's totally like beyond extension, 423%. So I need to make some new levels for a firm. I don't have new levels as of now in a firm. I need to make new charts for a firm. So I'm just ignoring it. UPST today had a good move, but it's making an evening star right now, which usually is not a good setup.
I thought it ran actually a little bit on the after hours.
I tend to ignore the after hours because the volume after hours is pretty thin. So let's see what happens at 9:30.
But Naval, unless it's a red candle, it's not an evening star, right?
I know. But it was red. It just came up. And I need to see when it came up, what's the volume there. You see, it's right there.
Okay.
And this is 30 minutes. And when it went up, okay, throughout the day, on Friday, it made dodgy. And you see these blocks, they are good sell-off areas. And even a break of 12 tested the 34. A consolidation of 34 had a close over 12. And that's why like this 12 and 34 magic, if you start using it, you will really, really appreciate how good they work.
People have 9 and 20 and 22, something like that too.
No, I don't use 9, 20, 20. I use 12, 34 because I've tested them and they work for me. You might use 9, 21, 50, 35, whatever. It should work for you.
Yeah.
All right, last but not the least is Square. Square was looking good and Square did break out today. And it's showing a positive, right? It came there, tested the 12 EMA, bang, up 214 and above closing, looking for 256. So I'm pretty bullish on Square. So that is it from me for today. And I'll be sharing this information on Twitter. And if you have any questions, just text me on Twitter and I will respond back. And we can collaborate tomorrow again, same time, if I reach office on time. All right. Thank you very much for being with me.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you very much.
Thanks.